Hello and welcome to Mr. Chika tutorial. So here we have linear interpolation and A-level is this A-level statistics. Let's just dive into it. Okay. So Adam measures heights in tomato plants. Okay, those are the heights, those are the frequency. And we're asked to use interpolation to estimate median height. All right. So the first thing we have to do is we do one more table there to find the cumulative frequency, which is CF. Okay. So straight away, cumulative frequency. So that will be 7 plus 10 will give us 17. 17 plus 15 will give us 32. 32 plus 19 will give us 51. 51 plus 9 will give us 60. All right, so straight away there, you can see that the total number of tomato N is 60. Okay, and what that means is what we're looking for is the median height. The median height. Okay, so the median height straight away here, I can see that the median, the middle or Q2 as we call it, all right? So it's going to be the middle of the whole height, which is 60 divided by 2. And that will give us 30, okay? So but that doesn't mean it's the 30th quartile. That doesn't mean that's the final answer. So now to get the final answer, what we have to do, we have to compare. It means our median height appears roundabout here. Okay, roundabout here. But if you look at the boundary goes from 160 less than h and less than or equal to 170. So it's not just, so there's 160 here, there's 160 here. So it means our median is between that boundary there and that boundary there. Okay, let's compare it. Let me show you what I mean. So if we compare it here, all right, we compare it here, and so our median appears between 160 and 170 because it's the 30th, okay? 160 because it says 160 and 170, so 160 begins here, isn't it? So our upper boundary is 170, okay, and then our lower boundary is 160, okay. So the frequency that falls here is 32. The upper frequency is 32, and because we start from there, our boundary start from 160. So the frequency there is the cumulative frequency there is 17. Okay. Now, so upper, lower, according to what we're doing, what we're comparing, we're trying to find Q2. So Q2 should be, that's 30th, should be between 17 and 32. So let's just say it appears somewhere here, all right? And that's 30, and that is our Q2. So that's what we're trying to find, our median, okay? So a bit of, well, to find that now, we will find the difference between here, Q2 and 160, and then compare it with the difference between 160 and the upper boundary 170. So we compare it, we do same thing, we compare 130 and 17, and then we do the final comparison between 17 and 32. All right, then we'll be able to find Q2, like so. All right, let me just turn this down a bit. All right, so here, so if I find the difference between Q2 and 160, if I find the difference between Q2 and 160, so Q2 take away 160, I compare it with the difference between 170 and 160. That will be all over 170, take away 160. Then I'll do the same thing with bottom, okay? 130, sorry, 30, take away 17, all over 32, take away 17. See? All right, so from here, just a little bit of algebra here. So that will just give us Q2, take away 160, 170, take away 160 will give us 10, and that will give us 30, take away 17 will give us 13, 32, take away 17 will give us 15. All right, so a bit of algebra there. If we times both sides by 10, so Q2 take away 160 is equals to 130 divided by 15. All right. Now, to finally get Q2, we add 160 to both sides. So now 130 divided by 15 plus 160. So if you put that in your calculator, that will give you 168 point. Let me just make sure, trying to be a bit of know it all there, but let me make sure it's always good to double check because you want to get all the marks, okay? So see, that will give us 168.9. So we've answered the first question. So therefore, Q2, which is the median, is equals to 168.9 cm. Okay. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But it takes a bit of kind of a mouthful. It takes a while. So I'm going to end because I'm trying to make this video very short. I'm going to do the next one because we need a bit of a space. All right. So the next one we have to calculate the mean height. Okay, hopefully I have some space there. I have to calculate the mean height. Top of my head. Okay, for B, mean, the formula for mean or x bar is the summation of f of x divided by summation f, or f summation f of x divided by n. All right, same thing. So I'll end there. Okay, so that's the formula we need for it. So I will make note of that formula. That's what we're going to use. All right. So now it's a bit messy, but we'll get through it. So what we need, so we have f there. So we have f there. So what we need is we need f, and we've got f there. Then we need x. So we need fx. So how do we find x? We need to find x. So if we go back to our table here, we need to find x. So we're looking for this is class boundary. So we need to find midpoint. We need to create one more part of the table. We need one more part of the table. Okay, so we need x, which is midpoint. All right, so we need create another table, another part of the table. So that will give us midpoint. How do we get that? So we find the midpoint between 140 and 150. 140 plus 150 is 290. The midpoint would be 290 divided by 2. So if you do that, 290 divided by 2, so the midpoint here is 145. Okay? So that looked a bit blurry there. So it's 145. So here, same thing here. So the midpoint here, if you add that plus, if you add that and that together, then divided by 2, you should get 155. And then that gives 165, and that will give us 175. And just be careful here, because I'm able to follow it sequentially, but here we're jumping from 180 to 200. So just be careful. So if you add that to that 180 plus 200, 380 divided by 2 should give you 190. So just be careful there. Okay. Now we have our x, but we've got one more thing to do, because remember the formula, we're looking for fx, summation fx, isn't it? So we need to create another table. We need to add one more thing to the table. Okay, we need to add one more thing, another thing to the table before we're able to find the mean. Okay, so all right, so here we find fx. So we have x now. Okay, then we can find fx. So this one, you just have to be careful. All right, I'm going to just have to be careful so that you get everything right. So f here, 7, we're timesing by 145. So 7 times 145. Okay, that's what you're doing. If you do that, put that in your calculator, you should get 1015. Okay. Now you do same thing for 10, and 155 is 10 already. So I can see is already 1550. Okay. 15 times 165. You make sure do that correctly in your calculator. You should get 2475. Okay. And then you do same thing for 19 times that, should give you 1710. And I jumped a step there for 1 minute, sorry. So you gotta be careful. I jumped a step. 19 times that won't give you that. It will give us a bigger number, 3325. Okay, because I've already done it. I kind of trying to memorize it, but that's wrong. So, but finally, 9 times that should not give me 1710. Okay, because I've already done it. Kind of have the numbers, but right. So from here, we can now be able to do this. Be able to find the mean. Okay, all we have to do is add all that together. If you add all that together, if you add that to my calculator, if you add all that together, or 10 plus 10, 10, 15 plus that, plus that, plus that, plus that, that should give you summation, should give you 10,075. And then you just divide it by n. Our n is 60. Divide by 60. Sorry, it's a bit messy, but let's just divide it with the mean. Let's differentiate it with the median. So that's our median, okay? And this is our mean, all right? So that there, final answer should give you 167.196 cm. So you can just round up, okay? You can just round up and say our median is that, then our mean height is equals to 168 cm approximately. Okay, it's just all right to approximate. Okay, so we've done this. We found the mean height. Now finally we have to estimate the standard deviation. This part is a bit of it's going to be a mouthful, but if you stay with me, I will make sure there's going to be enough space to do it. Okay, so top of my head also, we have to find the formula for standard deviation. Okay, so I'll just go at the corner here. At the corner here, I would say standard deviation, SD, denoted as that all right, will be equal to summation of f of x squared divided by n, take away summation fx divided by n all squared, then you square root the square root of all of it. Okay, so that's our standard deviation. Okay, so see, from here you can see we already have this value here because we have that value from, we've already done that from here. We've already found the mean. Okay, so that is all right for us because we already found that. All we have to do now is square it. Then all we need to do now is to find f of x squared. Remember what we have is fx. So we need two more columns on the table. Okay. So we need, so if I extend the table again a little bit here, and then we need fx squared. Okay, we need fx squared. All right. So that's what we need to be able to answer that question there. We need fs squared. So fs squared is just, we have x there. All right. So we square it and we times with frequency. So that will be just, for the first part, there will be 7 times 145 squared. Okay. And that will just give us, that will be equal to 147,175. All right. Then if you do the same thing for 10 times 155 square, should give you 240,250. Okay. And then that times that squared, sorry, that times that squared should give you same thing for the next one will be 40,8375. Then the next one will be 19 times 175 squared will give you 581,875. Okay, and then here the final one, 9 times 190 squared will give you 32,4900. Okay, so now if we add all that together, the summation, if you add all that together, that should give you, so here we'll just put the sum of all that together. We have it as 172575. 1725, just making note of that. So that will just give us our standard deviation. We'll be able to calculate our standard deviation now. So here, so that will be the square root of 170, 25, 75 divided by n, which is 60. Take away that mean there. So we've already defined the mean as 168, but just be careful. Use the one with the decimal point. I use the one with the decimal point to make it accurate. So that would be 167.916 all squared. So if you tidy that up, you should have 13.43 cm standard deviation. All right, took a bit of a while. Took a bit of a while there. Could have been mouthful there. So we have our standard deviation as that. We have our mean, our Q2, calculated our Q2 as that. And finally, our mean, as you remember, we had as that. So it's a bit messy, but you know what we've done here, all right? If you have any question, as always, you know what to do. Thank you. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.